Well, greetings, everyone. Beautiful day here in Virginia where I live, and we've had some really great weather here the last month. And I know other places it's been different, and we've been praying for all those people who've had difficulty with the hurricanes and the tornadoes and whatever. Um, Weather can be very interesting, but it is beautiful here, and we're thankful for that. But anyhow, my name is Jim Wagner, and this is the Rewards Ripple presentation. And let me go ahead and share my screen with you guys. I'm happy to see everybody here today. It's an exciting day here at Ripple. We're excited about where we are and where we're going, and we want. Hopefully, we got some new people here today, and we want to share with you what we're doing, so that you have a general idea and then can get started with our program. So. First of all, we'd like to ask you to put your phones on vibrate and don't record it. We'll have recordings available for you at any time, so you can always use it. We want the best one out there. Sometimes we have some glitches and we need to not use those, but we'll have the best one out there so you can use it. It'll be in your back office so that you can get them. So okay, and it'll also be on the streaming screen as well. So okay, all right, here we go. Let me get this up here. Okay. Our saying at Ripple is play, enjoy, win, share, and give back to one who needs it. Paul Davis, our managing director, came up with that statement, and it says exactly what we're doing. And again, my name is Jim Wagner. I'm a member of Team Posicash, which is Dave's group. And we're excited, like I say, about where we're going. So let's begin with some basics. First of all, don't overthink this. This is a very, very simple program, and you can easily overthink it, but you don't want to do that, because what we're really talking about is the world of rewards points. And if you know anything about rewards points, and most people do, you can see them everywhere: airlines, hotels, grocery stores, games, you name it. And there's rewards points that you can get for frequenting certain sites. Now, the thing about most rewards points is they want you to go back and visit their site again, because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to give you points as an incentive to come back and do some things and make additional purchases. With us, it's different. You know, we're going to give you rewards points that you can use just about anywhere. And we'll show you how you can do that. And it's very, very simple, and it's a great program. So, before we begin, let me just show you a brief video that explains the program, and then I'll go into a little more depth on it.
Welcome to Rewards Ripple Solutions, better known as Ripple. This is a quick video intro of what Ripple offers to their members. As you know, there are many opportunities being offered on the social sites about making you rich with their next big product. As you and I know, they are not always what they say they are. So let me begin by telling you we're not a business opportunity or a get-rich-quick scheme. Ripple is a free platform designed to help charities and struggling people around the world. The Ripple platform allows you to earn free points daily, which you divide 50-50 with a national charity, and use your points for your day-to-day necessities. Let's explain. Every time you play or participate in any of Ripple programs, you're always helping charities around the world. And the best thing is you have the opportunity to pick which charity you want to earn points for, and can change that whenever you want. On the Rewards Ripple platform, we offer many different games, surveys, and postings you can post on your social environment, where you receive points. Then these points you can use on the Ripple auction site. Yes, that's what we said. You earn free points where you can use them to bid on your day-to-day necessities, like groceries, hygiene products, food, and many other items that you may be short of in your day-to-day life. Wow, you may say, but it even gets better. Sometimes we all get behind on our bills, whether it's rent or your utility bills, or maybe you are late on a student loan or credit card payment. Well, just go to the auction site and bid on Make My Payment for Me. Crazy, right? But it doesn't stop there. Additionally, on the auction site there are luxury items, things like cruises and vacations, airline tickets, even cash money, and all these are free to you if you win the bid. The more games you play in, and the more postings you post, the more points you receive. Then simply place your bid on the product you want. And don't forget, every time you win, your points are divided 50-50 with the charity you are playing for. And guess what? They can go to the charity side of our auction site and bid just like you. In fact, we are setting a new standard for charitable organizations, as they don't have any of the red tape they normally have to go through with a traditional donation. It's simple. Let's say the nonprofit organization is looking for a pallet of water or warm clothes. They just place a bid on a pallet of water, or the warm clothes they are looking for. And if they win the bid, the product is immediately shipped to the people or organization they're trying to help. It truly is a game changer for charitable organizations. Think about it. As soon as they win the bid, the product is on the way to make a difference. No red tape, just true results. In the meantime, let me tell you how this can be life-changing for you and your family. Every time you refer somebody to this exciting program, you get 20% of their winning share of points, and what's even better, 10% of their winning share of points goes to your fundraising program or vacation fund. Make sure you visit our website to get a full understanding how our referral and fundraising programs work. So sign up and start telling your friends and family or anybody you meet about Ripple, as every time they play and win, you win points. And it even gets better. With some of our partners, you can even win real cash all for playing in their games. So again, share this new incredible platform with your friends and family, which will make a difference in their life just like yours, as they can win their day-to-day necessities just like you. And remember, it can be anything from groceries, pay a bill, or cash. And don't forget, if they win, you win. At the same time, you are doing your part by playing for charities and winning points to make a difference to the people who need the help. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is truly to help charitable organizations and struggling individuals. At the same time, make a little difference in your life by getting the day-to-day necessities, or the odd luxury items. How can you do this, you may ask? It's real simple. Our advertisers play an 8 to 12 seconds video in our games, advertising their products that fit your profile. And if you want to purchase through the ad, you often are giving a discount. By you watching the advertising, Ripple generates an income that we purchase products for the auction site, where you are able to bid on the items that you want. This is truly a win-win situation for everybody. Sign up now and let's make a difference. We thank you for being part of this game-changing platform, raising funds for charitable organizations around the world. The revolution starts now. So make sure you join us on one of our weekly webinars to find out more. As we say at Ripple, play, enjoy, win, share, and give back to one who needs it.
So there you have it. That's our introductory video, and you feel free to share that with everybody because that shows what we're really all about. But let me go into a little more details with you. As you can see, we're a game changer. No question about it. The uniqueness of this is we're basically trying to use personal gain that you can get, but to help charities at the same time. Many times you like to help a charity, but you can't afford to do so. This gives you that opportunity. And that's our ultimate goal, is to be able to help charities and help people around the world that are hurting, especially like we talked about the weather and some of the things that have happened with that. That's our ultimate goal. We want to be there when there's a problem. So we're a game changer. This is a game. This is a program that everybody wins it, and you'll see how that works in just a minute here. So how do we plan to do this? First of all, we don't want to have a burden. We don't want to burden anyone. But we also want to create a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction, and create a solution for you, and along the way, create some excitement. So how are we going to do that? Well, first of all, there's zero cost to become a member. Where have you heard that before? Probably never. There's no cost. You just sign up, all of a sudden you can begin to earn points. Second of all, we want to create that sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Now, that's where the helping the charities comes in. Everybody knows that charities are hurting. They need more money, they need more volunteers, and with this program, they can get both. And that, by being able to do that, that creates that sense of fulfillment and satisfaction for you, knowing that you've been able to help somebody with really having to come up with a financial burden yourself. But I'm sure you've got some, especially in today's economy, you've got some problems of financial nature yourself. Well, that's where we come in. We can help with those. And along the way, we're going to want to create some excitement because our games, everybody who plays in games wants to be a winner. And with our games, we have lots of winners. And that's how we're going to be able to do this. So how is this going to work? Here we go. So first of all, you're going to get points in a number of different ways. First of all, referrals. That's probably that is the most important way that you can get referrals. And you'll see why in a minute. The winner's circle. You're going to love that. If you're here today, you can be a part of that because that's a very limited program. Match It. That's our first game. It's a great game. I've been playing a version of that for a number of years, and it's a lot of fun. And you'll see in a minute, just a second. New sports games. This is we're putting a lot of emphasis on this, and these are going to be coming out very, very shortly. We were hoping to have this up and running already. But the old saying is you only want one chance to make a good impression. And with like anything, especially with technology, there are some glitches, and we wanted to make sure all the glitches were out before we started introducing our games. We are very, very close to introducing games, and like here in the United States, it'll be football and basketball and baseball. Around the world, uh, cricket, uh, table tennis, badminton, you name it. Even games like bingo. We'll probably have games like that, so that there's going to be a number of ways that you can play in those games and earn points. And along the way, you're going to be able to split those points with the charity of your choice. You can also post banners. We'll put them up in your back office. All you have to do is send them to your social media sites, and we'll give you points for doing that. A lot of our sponsors will ask you to complete a survey um, at talking about how was your experience at their particular venue. And when you complete that survey, we'll give you points. And there's much, much more to come. So there's lots of ways to earn points and many, many more ways to come. But what do you do with those points? How does that work? Well, you're going to take those points and convert them into your everyday necessities at an auction. And if you look at the screen on the right, that's an example of what our auction is going to look like. That's not ours, but it's an example of one that will be very similar to ours. And you'll go in and you'll be able to bid and win. So, um, and here's some of the categories that we're going to have, and lots of different categories. This is just a small um, sample of what we're going to be able to offer. And you might say that, well, there's nothing on here that is useful in my country, or there are other things that are much more useful in our country. Well, let us know, because we're open to suggestions, and if it's possible, we'll try to get those on our auction site, because we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to bid on items that are going to be very beneficial to them. So, how does the auction work? This is another area that's very different. We call it our second chance auction. And how that works is whenever you bid on an item, you can only bid 3 times. After that third bid, you lose those points, but you don't actually lose them, because they go to a holding bucket. And then on November 1st, all those points from not only you, but from everybody who plays in the games are shared equally company-wide um, with everybody who's been in the program. And that time of year is the holiday time, and that's when everybody is needing extra ways that they can get food, gifts, and so forth. And using those points are going to be able to bring that about. So here's how the second chance works. If you look at the example on the right, we have Sue and Tom bidding on an item. And Tom opens with 10, Sue bids 11, Tom 12, Sue 13. Tom bids 14. At 14 points, Tom's hoping he gets the bid. But if Sue bids 15, which she does in this case, Tom loses those 14 points. They go into the holding bucket. Sue bids the 15. She gets the point. She gets the item that was bid on. Now, Tom could continue bidding, but he has to use additional points to bid, and he would start with at least 16 points in order to be able to continue. So, but charity auctions are different. Charity auctions, they work differently, because we have special auctions just for charities, because what they need is going to be different from what the people in their organizations need, and we don't want them to compete for the same items. So, the charities are going to have special auction just for them, which is going to include things that they need for their mission and goals. With the charities, they don't lose their bids if they don't lose their points if they lose a bid. They keep their points, because we want to be able to use them to help them again to complete their mission and goals. Another thing is, charities will be listed with the players that the players can choose to play for when they line up to play. So when somebody logs in and they pick a charity, charities that are in our program will be one of the ones that they can choose from. And when they play and win, they split those points with the charity. Another thing is an 8 to 15-second video will be placed in a rotation that the players will watch before they play in a game. Both of those are very important, because that's going to be exposure. And money is important for charities, but exposure is probably just as important, because the more exposure they get, the more opportunity they get. Maybe somebody else out there is going to see what they're doing, because that 8 to 15-second videos is your opportunity to share with the world what your goal is, what you're trying to accomplish. And if you do that in a way that is enticing to people, you're probably going to pick up some new supporters. And in addition to that, we're going to put a link to your website on Ripple's website. So there are a number of ways that you're going to be able to have exposure for your organization, so that you can not only get money, but also get additional supporters. So how do charities take advantage of this? Well, first of all, they've got to sign up and let us know that they're interested. Once they sign up, they go through an approval process. We want to make sure that we have legitimate charities, and once we do, they get approved. In addition to that, once they get approved, they want to let their supporters know that first of all, they can play in free games and get points for themselves and charity. And those points can be used to bid in auctions that they can get everyday necessities, and also help the charities to fulfill a need that they're trying to fill. You also want to share the Ripple video with you that I showed you before, because that's a great way to share it without having to go through the whole program yourself. Let us do the thing. Let us do the program for you and share that with you. You also want to post information about Ripple on your website. The more you can let people know about Ripple, the more they'll get interested, and the more supporters you'll get. And then again, use your social media to promote Ripple, and give us that short video about your mission. Very important. That's, like I said before, that's where you can tell the world what your mission is about. So let's talk a little bit about Match It. That's our first game that's coming out. Again, this is a fun game. You'll like it. And here's how it works. When it first comes up, it's going to say, choose your charity. And when you pick your charity, you go through a list of charities, pick the one you want to play for. And you can change that at any point in time, but at least for the first day, you'll be playing for that particular charity. Once you've got your charity, then you go to the site, and you're going to pick out your pattern, because the pattern, if you hit the pattern, you get lots of points. Even if you don't hit the pattern, every time you hit a number in your pattern, you get points. So you're going to pick a pattern, and if you look at the item on the left, the ones in purple, that's the pattern. And if you look at the bottom, you're going to see numbers. Now, the numbers don't come up like that. They come up and it says, watch this video before your number is revealed. The numbers come up at start every day, every week, starting at 12:01 Monday morning, and they go up till Saturday night at 11:59. Every time a number comes up, it stays up for 12 hours, and a new number comes up every 6 hours. So what happens is you click on that icon that says watch this video. You watch the video. At the end of the video, it comes back, and then the number is revealed. If it is in your pattern, now in this case 14 is not in the pattern on the left, but if you look on the right side, you see there's some gold tiles there. If your number is in the pattern, it turns gold. If it's not in the pattern, it turns red. That's not a bad thing, though, because what happens there is after you have looked at that, and you looked at the 8 to 15-second video, didn't get a number, but as soon as that's over, it takes you back to the site of the company or the organization that submitted that 8 to 15-second video. And there you might get a chance to get additional points, or maybe they'll offer you some discounts or services that are available. It's a win-win situation there, because even though you didn't get the points for getting a correct number, you have an opportunity to maybe save something on something else. So here's how the points are divided. Then once you've got those points, like it says here, 50% of your winnings go to the charity of your choice. That's automatic. And so in this case, you can see 50% goes to one side, and then 50% goes to this. The number on the bottom is the 50% that goes to you. So here's how. I changed this a little bit and made it a little bit bigger so you can see exactly how it works. In this particular case, Sue is the winner. And if you look down, let's say she won 200 points. Well, Sue won those 200 points, and of those 200 points, she gets 20%. Or um, actually, she won 200 points. She has 100 that are shared, and of that 100 that she's got, she gets 20%. And you say, well, that's not very good, is it? Because how does that help Sue? I mean, she only got 20% and she got 200 points. Well, you got to look, and this is where referrals come in. At the top, you'll see you are also going to get 20%. Tom is going to get 20% because you introduced Tom to our program, and then Tom introduced Sue. So you and Tom and Sue all get 20%. But let's look at it this way. You might have 50 Toms underneath you, and each one of them you're going to share 20%. Same with Tom. He might have 50 Sues underneath him, and every one of those Sues, whenever they win, he gets 20%. So you can see that even though you didn't get any points from your own personal winnings, the people who you sponsored are going to help you with many, many, many points that you're going to be able to use, like I said, for charity and also for yourself. And that's 60%. 10% of those winnings goes to the winner's circle. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's look at what goes to to your personal charity. And again, Sue's at the bottom, and then Tom, and then you, and then we're going to add Paul at the top because we're going to add a third level here. But because we add that third level, guess what? Sue's charity doesn't get anything. You say, wow, she got 20% of her own winnings and she doesn't get anything for her charity? No, but now look at this. Let's look at it. The same thing with Tom and you with the 10% go into their charity. But now that we've added Paul at the top, he gets 10%. That means when Paul he's looking down 3 levels where he's going to get 10% of any winnings that come from people that are in his group. And again, this is all free. People play for free. There's no charge, but those points can then be used in a number of different ways, which you'll see in a second here. So that gives us 100% of those points that go to the player. So points are the recipe for success, and you can get points in a number of different ways. The main way that you want to look at is referrals. Every time you refer somebody new, you get 25 points. You get 25 referrals, you get 25 additional bonus points. But that's just to scratch the surface, because every time any one of those referrals win, you get 20% of their points, and your charity gets 10% of their points. So it is an amazing way for you to get a lot of points that you can use in your as you try to get your everyday needs, and also maybe some luxury items, because you're going to have enough for that. And so how do you get referrals then? Well, in your back office, there's going to be a QR code, and underneath the QR code, the actual code is there. So you can either have somebody scan that QR code or copy the code and email it to them or text it to them. When they open that link and fill out the form, they are linked to you forever. So anything that they do from that point on, if it's a charity and they get 300 people in their charity to all sign up and do this, they all become part of your group. And every time any one of those wins, you're going to get 20%, and your charity is going to get 10%. So just put a pencil to that and think about how much that could be worth to you and to the charity that you're trying to raise money for, or not money, but points for, so that they can use it in bidding on the auction. So now let's talk a little bit about the winner circle. We're going to have 100,000 members. We're not close to that yet, but we're getting there. And if you're here today, you're most likely going to be able to be part of that 100,000. Only 2 requirements. First of all, you have to participate in at least one auction a month and sign up one new member. And we just saw that it's going to be to your benefit to sign up as many members as you possibly can. Again, they sign up for free and they can start earning points right away. And but here's how the winner circle works. All those points that I showed you before, that come from the games, they go into that pool. And at the end of each month, those pools are divided equally among the members of the winner's circle. It's a very exclusive club. As we move forward, we're going to have millions and millions and millions of people that are going to be playing in these games, and only 100,000 members are going to share in those points. That everybody's going to be donating in, because if they when they play in the game and they win, like I say, 10% goes to the winner circle. So don't miss it. Get signed up, get ready, and get as many people in as you can so that they can see the opportunity that we have in front of us. So the obvious question is, where does all the money come from to do all this? Well, charities have budgets. I mean, not charities, but our sponsors have budgets. They're going to spend their advertising money somewhere. Well, we want to give them a reason, and we have given them a reason to spend their money with us, because they want targeted advertising. And if we can show them, we have hundreds of thousands and millions of people that are going to look at their 8 to 15-second video and then be taken back to their site. That's incredible targeted marketing, and they're going to pay us a significant amount of money. The more people that we have, the more money they're going to pay. All that money that comes in from those advertisers goes to purchase the items on the auction. And so you can see with this that everybody wins. The charity's going to win because they have an opportunity to share their information with lots and lots and lots of people. But you win too. Obviously, you're going to win because you get the points. You're going to be able to go to the auction and bid on the items that you want, and you're going to get them. Second of all, the charities win because they have their separate auction. They're going to get their things that they need to complete their mission and goals. And like I just mentioned before, the sponsors win. They're going to spend that money that they have on for advertising in some way, and this is extremely good targeted advertising. And so they're going to want to give us or spend that money with us because they know it's a win-win situation for them and for us. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you on our next training. And please bring someone with you, or even bring a charity. Matter of fact, especially a charity. If you can show this to a charity and explain to them exactly what we're doing, let me do that for you. And then we'll be able to help you. If they have any questions, they can contact us, and we'll be happy to try to get those on board for you. So once again, get back to the person who brought you to the call today. Get signed up today. And remember that on Saturday, Dave does our update call at noon New York time. So be on there for that so that you can get the latest news and future looking where we're going with Ripple. And so I try to keep this to half an hour. I appreciate your time. And so with that being said, I'd say thank you again and God bless.